Hi there, it's Bailey over at Nightingale Reviews, and today I'm going to do the Inside Out book tag, which I believe was originally done by Christina Horner, and I will leave her URL link below if you want to check out her channel. I've actually never seen the movie for this, which is probably bad, but I'll eventually see it. It's just a matter of when. So yeah, doesn't go nowhere fast. The first question is joy. Which book brings you the most joy? And for that I'm going to choose the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series, just in general because I love each of those books. I started those in about 3rd grade because my oldest sister got them at like the school book fair and she let me borrow it, and her copy's like really damaged, but you know, it was worth it. Like, she probably hates me now, but it's worth it. I eventually finished the series in 6th grade, I believe. And I ended up reading the first one, I think it's 4 times, the second one 3 times. And I've never actually reread the last one, which I really need to do. But Percy Jackson just has like all the feels. It's hilarious, it's heartfelt, it's got action, it's got all these different elements that you can just go to when you're feeling horrible, and you can read it and you're like,
thank you, Percy, for making my day a wonderful day.
These things combined into this one nice melting pot. It's just lovely. Percy Jackson is like the bomb.
I can't believe I just said that. I never say that.
Second question is discussed. Which book grossed you out the most? And for this was really easy for me. It was Grasshopper Jungle by Andrew Smith. I really thoroughly enjoyed this book. It's just the whole fact of giant praying mantis creatures coming to like existence and eating people and eating their own kind. It's just really disgusting. A little too much detail for me. I could have just gone with, you know, they ate his head. But no, we have to go into detail on it.
Insects in general, the fact that they're little is hard enough to cope with, but when you think of them as huge and man-eating, yeah, that's not right. That's not right.
The third question is fear. What book scared you more than anything? Recently, I haven't really read any scary books. I haven't really delved really far into that genre, but as a child, I distinctly remember reading Skeleton Man. But the fact that there is a man who ate human flesh from so long ago and is still living now and going after people to eat their flesh, that's just a little frightening for my 3rd grade self. And the other book that really scared me was R.L. Stine's Mostly Ghostly, book 1. I never actually finished reading Mostly Ghostly, but more recently, I'd say probably the scariest book I read was 172 Hours on the Moon. It wasn't as scary as I thought it would be. I think the scariest part was that scene where Midori was in the airport and they were going to get on the plane. She went into the bathroom, and what happened in that bathroom, what transpired, that part actually gave me goosebumps.
Oh, why would you go in the bathroom by yourself? That's so not smart.
But if you have any recommendations, why a horror, anything in particular, just leave it down below because I'd really, really love to know if there are any that you really enjoy. Fourth question pertains to sadness, and which book made you cry the most? I don't think I've read a book that actually made me cry. I hate crying. There was a book though that made me feel really hollow after reading it, and that was Impulse by Ellen Hopkins. And this book follows 3 characters who each have tried to previously commit suicide, and they end up in sort of a psychiatric ward where they're trying to be rehabilitated and to be able to go back and live out on their own. I really grew attached to this one character, and by the end of the book I thought, you can get through this, everything's gonna turn out right, you know, you just gotta make it because I believe in you, man.
I believe in you.
And then, next thing I know, Ellen Hopkins did something at the very end of the book to this character, and something horrible happened to this character. I was reading the last pages, and I thought it was fake. I'm like,
You're so funny, Ellen. You're just like, yeah, you're so funny. You're gonna make something happen. Like, that wasn't real. This is like a dream. Like, they can wake up and it's like, yeah, it's gonna be fine.
and I read the last page, and I'm like, that wasn't a dream.
Why did you do that?
And what happened to that character, it hit me like 30 minutes after I finished the book. I felt this heaviness, and I guess that's closest I've come to crying in a book. Coming in 2nd place would be The Calling by Stephen Dos Santos, which I absolutely love this book. I really support this author in this book, and I think it's amazing, and I wrote a review for it, which I'll leave down below if you're interested in hearing about it. The thing that happens to this character that I really loved, and I was really rooting for this character to be with another character, and then something happened to the one character who's supposed to be with the other character and fall happily in love forever, in my mind. Something happened to them that saddened me a lot. I'm like,
The shipping go!
And the 5th and final question goes with anger. Which book made you very, very mad? For this book, I'm definitely going to have to go with The Beasties by William Slater, I believe his name is. I'll leave my link down below for that, but it's probably spoilery because I was so upset. I'm just like, don't, hatred. This book follows these two main characters. Their family makes them move out into the boondocks from the city, and they go there, and from there they hear this urban legend of these things in the woods called the Beasties. People actually find the Beasties, and it's sort of a horror story. I don't know if it's middle grade or YA, because at the beginning it feels like YA and it just goes to middle grade. It was so fast, I don't even know how to describe it. But it really irked me how the author was trying to compare the Beasties to the humans and what the humans do compared to the Beasties, how one's destroying something from the other, and so this person's doing this to compensate for it, and it's just, to me, it couldn't be justified. And at the end of the story, the main character had to make a decision between Beasties and humans, and his choice he went to, I was so upset about. His reason behind which side he chose, it didn't make sense. That's unjustified. The book had great themes, but then there's this father character. The young girl is like this bookworm. She'd rather stay home and read a book. And the dad's like, no, no, no. You're not allowed to read books. You have to go and do something else.
What person discourages their child from reading?
That, my friend, was the true horror of the book.
My feelings can't even be described right now.
Alright, that was the Inside Out book tag, which is really fun to do. If you'd like to leave in the comments below what you think you would choose for the answers, or if you did this video, leave a link, because I absolutely love watching these videos. And if there's any horror novels that you suggest, leave that down below. Did you hear that Michael Grant is making another Gone book? So many years in the future from when the last one ended. I'm like, ah! So I'm really excited about that. Today's quote is from Black Cat. It's volume 8, Cerberus Strikes. It's by Kentaro Yabuki. It doesn't matter how free you are if you live life holding back. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye! Percy Jackson is like the bomb.
I can't believe I just said that. I never say that.
I feel ashamed now. But if you haven't read it, go check it out. It's pretty weird. If you're into weird, I suggest it. If you're not into weird, steer clear, my friend. Steer clear. I read Carrie by Stephen King, and it was just kind of like, you know, it was, yeah, I don't really have words for it. A really fun way to say mozzarella. Are you ready? Are you ready? Mozzarella! That's weird. That's probably not gonna go in this video either.